I don't know what I'm meant to feel anymore. I take it out on my girls and I smash that door. I fucked around with myself and I let you know that if you're up there watching, start the show. Say it's over, my friend. How long until the end? 'Cause I'm past the point where I can amend. I don't love myself, but I can pretend.
On the road, I've been away for far too long, but now I'm on my way back home. I hear the west winds calling out my name. They're telling me to head your way, down your road and past your gates. Keep your eyes on the horizon. I was looking to belong when I'd already found my home. Won't be long, I'm there before the setting sun, for you to fall into my arms, a place I call my home. I was looking to belong when I already found my home.
I never knew when today could be wrong, until I found you into the store. I never knew when the night could be sweet, until you swept me up from my feet and the rain sings. He finds me with style. The car got some flat tires, a riding shotgun eyes, someone like you. So every day when the alarm blows my ears, I see you sleeping on the bus.
円です。
はい、ありがとうございます。Thank you.
한겨울밤 동안 시간을 보내 차가운 바람은 숨은 것 같아요. 하루 종일 놀다 지친 아이들은 꿈의 그림잘 밟고 있어요.
two states. When I first met you, far and wide, how could I forget your bright eye? When you told me your name and tell me your favorite number was this spell I'm under staring at the most beautiful girl. I wouldn't want to figure this out with anyone else but you. And I know you're lonely, but this song will have to do. I've searched for my whole life for